So you gotta drive
There's
it
no
back
way
like
I
that.
can drive it back like that. Got the call from Ricky. McLaren has the car done, ready to get picked up. We're gonna go pick it up, get the inside scoop, what's going on with it, and drop it back off at Paul's shop.
Where are we at?
We just got to McLaren. Let's go pick up this thing. Let's see the damage. See what we're looking like. I see it right there. All right, so we moved the seat to check the car out, and now the seat's stuck, and now it won't move. So now the seat is like that.
So you gotta drive
There's
it
no
back
way
like
I
that.
can drive it back like that. So we're gonna take the seat apart right now and see if we can get this thing.
Nice. That does not look good.
Don't let me hang it, Izzy.
My bad, Izzy.
So I took it apart. This thing is busted because it doesn't have the latch on there.
Okay.
And now we can finally get the seat to go all the way back.
So when does he start working here? As a technician?
Yeah.
Next week.
I'm in my car right behind Justin. He's in the McLaren. We just picked it up from McLaren. We had that seat situation. Now we're heading over to Paul's shop to kind of get a scoop and see what we're gonna do next.
So after driving it some more and like tooling it around a little bit, limping it back to Paul's shop, it's pretty clear to me that the transmission is operating perfectly fine. It's shifting okay. There's no issues with that. The main thing is the steering column. You can definitely tell on the input and the output that the steering is just not quite right. It's giving me so much different feedback, and quite frankly, the car is kind of all over the road. So I'm being very careful. What I think it is the reason we're getting a steering column position fault and we're getting a transmission fault is because this is a hydraulic steering car and the transmission is hydraulic as well. They run off the same computer for both of those things. And because they do, I'm thinking either the module's messed up or something along those lines, which is making the steering and the transmission light happen at the same time. I think the transmission's fine. I think it's just the steering column that is messing it up. And I think it's being messed up because of the accident the car was in. We're almost back to Paul's shop. The McLaren made it. So I'm really pumped on that. But before we get there, I just want to give a shout out to Paul for letting us use his shop and helping us out with the build. Paul is a great guy. He's a huge car collector. He's got a bunch of cool cars that you're gonna see. He's helped me out in the past. He's fixed a bunch of vehicles for me. He fixed Ricky's Huracan back in the day. He's done some work on one of my AMG cars. He did work with one of my Corvette. He just fixed my truck that was in a car accident. He's the man. He's a really nice guy. So if you ever need any work or body work or anything like that, hit up Paul at PCC Collision in Tempe and he'll get you taken care of and dialed in.
Just pulled up to PCC. We got the McLaren here. Justin said the steering wheel was a little bit wobbly all the way over here. It's about a 15-20 minute drive, and he said it was just not driving very smooth. How's it driving?
Okay, so it was driving okay. The steering is just really bad. It's bad output big time. The transmission's doing good. It's shifting fine, driving normally in that aspect. It's just every bump you feel it so hard.
It's the steering column.
And the steering column, and then it started making a little whining noise with the front end. I think it's just steering column related. But other than that, it runs and drives great, and it feels good, and it looks the part. Everyone's looking at it the whole way.
Let's go see what Paul's got to say.
It's braking good and stuff like that. It's solid. What's up the seat?
Who did? McLaren?
McLaren. So we get the car from McLaren. The seat's like this.
Oh,
And you can't even get into it. So I'm like taking the thing to like try to fix it.
It looks like we're leaving the car here at PCC, correct?
Yep, we're gonna leave it here for the weekend. We're gonna have some lift space for it on Monday, and we're gonna start taking the car apart, which means take the whole front end apart, drop the bin, the whole 9 yards, start looking at that steering column and figure it out. And then our friend Corey from Corsa is gonna come over. He's gonna rescan it, re-go through it, and see if we can pinpoint what actually is causing these faults, and then go from there.
Saying bye to the McLaren. heading back to the HQ now. Gonna figure out what is going on with that in a couple days, so stay tuned.
I need your guys' help in deciding what wheels we're going to be putting on the McLaren 570S, and let me know down in the comment section because I want you guys to decide. This is what I'm using as inspiration, but let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. So the first stop has to be Variant Wheels. We're going to actually be going to their warehouse in just a few days, but I want you guys to decide what rims we put on our McLaren. So let's go ahead and head on over to Cold Forged, and the two options that I'm kind of debating between are the helium wheels, which again, they have 3 different colors, 3 different variant colors. Get it? Hot dad joke. Black, bronze, or gunmetal, right? Clean. I don't know why, but I love the bronze. I think the bronze could look really dope. Maybe it's because of this. This is kind of bronze-like, but I feel like gunmetal might just be the way to go. Black, I'm not the biggest fan because I just feel like there's going to be too much black on the car already, and it's just going to get lost in the car. I want the wheels to really pop. Or you guys let me know what you think. The radon wheels. I'm a huge fan of this. This is the black, this is the bronze, and then this is the brushed titanium. So the brushed titanium look freaking dope. I think the bronze would look super dope on this specific car. And what am I using as inspiration? This car. I mean, how cool would it be to get the dopest 570S on the road, right? And then for you guys to help me build it along the way. So I love that aftermarket front hood. I love that front fender. I love that hood scoop and that how they blacked out the top, right? So the thing that I'm not the biggest fan on this car is those rims, right? Those rims are black, and I feel like it just, I guess it does mesh well with the car, but imagine if the rims just popped a little bit more, or the wheels just popped a little bit more. I would be a big fan of that, but I want you guys to help me decide, should we go with the radon? Should we go with the helium ones? And then what color? I know your guys' choices are going to be much better than mine. I'm not the best when it comes down to modifying cars, but luckily I have you guys, and again, I'm going to be bringing you guys along in just a few days as we visit the Variant facility and actually put the wheels on the car. So hope that you're excited for that. Let me know down below, and let's make it happen.